preach it a certain way. All religions, all Bibles got to be passed through the Vatican, which is ran by the government.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Okay, so you seen the skit, right? Let me cover my head real quick, because we about to be talking about the words. So let me cover my head real quick. All right, boom. Let's get it. All right. So the concept that he is talking about in this video is basically speaking on the churches. Everybody that knows about churches, that is in the spiritual practice, that is more into understanding how all of the process of all this stuff works, right? I stopped going to church probably been about 15 years now. I read my Bible at home. I interact with other people that knows the truth, and we speak on different subjects, different things, and talk to the Most High daily, right? But in the church, they are given agreements, comply that certain sermons before they say it before the people in the church and give it out. They have to send it in to get observed. They have to get the people to look over it and tell them that yes, you can preach that sermon. That's for most of the ones that are funded by the government, funded by the state. If it's a private church, a small church, most likely they don't have to do that. You get what I'm saying? It's not so much they can say about them on what they decide to put out in a sermon. But your big churches, yes, they have to send their sermons in ahead of time so that they can look over it and tell them if what they got in there they can actually talk on. This is why you have a lot of Israelite brothers coming about and just spreading the truth. Because when I first came into the truth years ago, I mean, this has been years. This is when I had only 2 kids then, and they was very, very young. And one lady came up to me as I'm still like a baby in Christ. You know what I'm saying? I'm the real baby in the truth. And I asked her, she said, hey, you going to come to our church? I said, do y'all still go by the 12 tribes of Israel? She said, oh, no, baby, that's done away with. I said, what? I said, oh, no, I'm good. You got it. I don't want to come. I said, do y'all have church on the 7th or on a Sunday? She was like, oh, we have it on a Sunday. I was like, no, I'm good. I was like, no, I'm not coming. But these are the things, and this is the reason why they said that we have to come together as a people to exchange knowledge, to have guidance, because without proper discernment, you don't sound like you have common sense to say that there is no God. Now, what he meant to say is, yes, the government do try to play God. They try to tell us what we can do with our kids, what we can't do with our kids, what we can put in our food, what we can't put in our food. You get what I'm saying? But that does not mean that the Almighty, the Most High, is not real. You don't make sense. That don't make sense, bro. How'd you get here? How your parents get here? Because so many people are so carnal minded that they be like, oh, I got here through my mother and my father. But you got to understand, how did you grow in the womb? How? Because so many people have been either trying to be killed while in their parents' womb, in their mother's womb. I was one of them. I was almost killed in my mother's womb. Devil tried to take me out early. The darker forces was like, no, we don't need this one coming through. Tried to take me out. Tried to make me one of them brain dead people. A lot of things that they said that I wouldn't accomplish, I have. And it's all because of the grace of the Most High. I'm able to tell my story. You get what I'm saying? From a child could, from a baby, an infant that can fit into a shoebox, and yet still very powerful. Yet still intimidate a lot of people off of the knowledge that I know. Yet still have people try to come against me daily. So yes, God is very real. Now that image they put up of Caesar Borgia, that's not Yahweh Shah. We all know that. People should by now should know that's not Yahweh Shah. Okay? People will really start going within. He is right about one thing. Need to go within. Because you make the face of your reality. If you're doing drugs, you have to put forth that effort to get off of drugs. Faith without works. Either way, you know how he say, you still have to do your part. Be a participant. You know, you have to surrender. So if you don't surrender and you fight against the plan that is set forth for you, what you think gonna happen? Just like the movie I was watching the other day, it had me in tears. Because the little girl got struck by lightning and she was deaf. She couldn't hear or talk. You know what I'm saying? She could, and she couldn't. I think she couldn't speak, and she couldn't hear. She was mute and couldn't hear, but she could see. And when she got struck by the lightning, she could hear and speak, and she got to hear her parents' voice for the first time. And God started giving her prophetic word to give to the people around her. Her father was a skeptical, but her mother was like basically might as well say an atheist. She didn't believe. She didn't believe. It was until he started giving her certain information about all of them and different situation that was going on that she actually made it where her parents was by the time he was done with them, they was a believer. By the time she was done with them, they was a believer. They believed. My main aspect of why I believe, I felt it. I felt the presence of the Most High. You get what I'm saying? I felt His presence. I see things, you know. Yeah, I'm a seer, as you would say, but can't say too much on these airways. But yeah, he do give people messages to give to people, but just like with your house shot, if you around the same people that you grew up with, people is just gonna look at you as the ordinary people. God have His chosen ones right there in plain sight, but people don't know because they're so busy judging, you know. But I know this is a little bit off topic, but I'm just going with the flow of what needs to be said, you know, what He putting on my spirit to tell you guys. Never think that you know someone all the way completely, because He used the people that they least suspected in the Word, in the Bible. You get what I'm saying? And let's just pray for people that think like this, you know, that He will reveal to them, if they are one of His, that He will reveal to them the knowledge that they need to be able to actually see through the illusion. Shalom.